You might just have to leave it on the TV. It's not going on the TV. Like, it's not transmitting, yeah. I don't know.
Ya lo hubieran cancelado desde ya.
Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Hi, how's it going? Hello, hello. All right, well, welcome to Coach's Show here at the District Pub and Kitchen. Glad to see so many familiar faces and some new ones. My name is Alberto Chapa. I work with El Paso Locomotive. Joining me today, we've got, introduce yourself, guys.
Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Ray Saari. I'm the IDP coach for our first team here at the Locomotive.
Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Chapa. Thank you guys for being here.
Hello, thank you guys for being here. My name is Ricardo from Las Cruces, and thank you guys for being here again.
All right. Just a few administrative things real quick. Shout out to the district for hosting us tonight, as they always do every month. Lovely hosts. Having rocking it with the food specials, of course. If you go get some of those, we got $6 cheeseburger baskets, $3.50 rolled tacos, and $2 Estrella Jalisco. So make sure to treat yourself tonight. Treat yourself, your friends, your loved one, whoever you're here with. All right. And then shout out to Estrella Jalisco, the official beer of El Paso Locomotive FC. All right. Just a reminder, we're going to be asking questions. We're going to be accepting fan questions at the end of the show to ask some of these guys. So if you have any questions, look for Colleen. I'm not sure where she's at right now. She's over there. Just look for Colleen if you have any questions you want to ask Ray, Chapa, Zach at the end of the show. And then another thing, we will be giving away a player-worn Locomotive jersey at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. All right? Let's go ahead and get this thing started, shall we? All right, man. All right, so we're going to recap the little road trip we were on just recently. For all you three, we'll start with Ray. Just talk about the importance of picking up the 4 points on the road.
No. Can you hear me? No, I mean, it's no secret that going on these long road trips are not easy. 3 games and I think 8 days, all with travel, is very difficult on players' bodies. And obviously Sacramento and OC being 2 of the top teams in the West at the moment. Obviously, we all feel very hard done not to at least take a point from Sacramento. But I think a couple highlights of the trip, obviously 2 shutouts, which is great. And nearly a shutout in Sacramento. We go from a period of conceding more goals than we would like to in the past month and a half to really shoring up our defense a little bit. So taking 4 points on the road in a very critical time of the year was big for us. Obviously, we would have loved to have maybe a 5th point. But yeah, no, I think we're pleased with the performance, and it's put us in a good spot going into this stretch.
All right. For Chapa, we want to talk about the win. Just how big, we went to Orange County, drew them, and then we went to Las Vegas and got the win. Just how big was that win for the team and the team's confidence, on the road trip?
I mean, it was really important. Like Ray was saying, it's not easy to play 3 games in a week with all the traveling and then a lot of injuries we've been having on the team. So it was really important for us to get a victory in these 3 games, and we actually got it on Wednesday. So it was really important for us and for the team, and build that confidence up a little bit. And it's pretty unlucky that on Sacramento we lost at the last minute, but I mean, that's what happens, and it's part of soccer. So you just gotta live with it and keep working, and until the next one.
Any thoughts on the road trip, man? Any thoughts that you had from the road trip? In terms of the team's performance on the field and how that plays into the coming matches?
Yes, I think, even for Sacramento that we lost, I feel like just performing like that, defending like that for 90 minutes. Fortunately, they scored at the end, but I think those performances are going to get us points and going to get us in the playoffs. So if we keep playing like that, we keep performing like that, I think good things are coming. But yeah, I was unfortunate to get subbed out in the 7th minute of the game, or 8th minute, I forgot it was. But yeah, it was a tough road trip for me, I guess.
You're doing okay though, right? You're doing okay? How you feeling?
Yeah, fine.
Just it looked gnarly, right? It looked gnarly on TV, man. I'm glad to see you're okay though.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let you 2 go for now, and then I'm gonna continue a one-on-one here with Ray. All right, we'll call you back when it's ready. All right, Ray. It's time for some of the fans to get to know who you are. All right, man. So for those who don't know, Ray is our. All right. You get some love already, man. You're popular.
Not as popular as Chapa was.
Chapa's very popular. I don't know how I don't think anybody else could beat Chapa's popularity. But just for those who don't know, Ray, like he said, is our IDB coach. I'm sure this is, in the minds of a lot of the people in here tonight. What exactly does IDP coach do?
Yeah, so the IDP stands for the Individual Development Program. This was something that our former coach, John Hutchinson, and Brian wanted to add to our club. And there's 2 really big pieces that are central, are the most important of an IDP program, right? The first being that, and I'll go kind of like the long way on this. I had a very good coach that I had as a player that talked to me about, he taught things, and what he said in preseason was, okay, what I am doing is teaching you a language. We as a team are developing a language and understanding with each other of how we want to attack our season, whether that be principles, ideas, ways of attacking, ways of defending. We are creating this language of understanding. Now, my role as an assistant coach is to be a translator of that language to our players, right? Now, the IDP is a mechanism for helping me translate that message, right? So an example of an IDP can be me doing an individual session with Diego Abarca, getting more finishing. Maybe he wants to score more goals. We're going to work on putting him in specific scenarios that he would see in a game that, okay, we're going to go through rep. Maybe these are reps that he can't get 50, 60 of during our regular team training. This is something that allows him to hone a very particular part of his game, right? So that's one example of an IDP. Another example of an IDP is maybe doing video work with the back 4 or the back 5. When the ball is here, we would like you to shift here. When the ball is here, we want it to look like this. That is that's a very elementary version of an IDP, right? And the second part of an IDP, the second most important part, and this is something that Brian has talked about a lot since coming here. All clubs that have a very vast talent pool to pull from, like El Paso, see their young players that they sign to first team deals deal with this period where they go from being this top dog their whole life in a youth program. Maybe they're playing 1-2 years up and they are absolutely dominating. Maybe a guy like Diego Abarca or Chris Garcia. their whole youth career. They're playing. They're the man. They're week in, week out. They're doing their thing, right? There's a big difference between going from youth football to then going to first team football. And everywhere in the world, and Brian, this is something that he spoke to me about as well, he had Swedish youth national team players at his club at Sundsvall. You know, these are top players in European football, top young players. Even there's this period where they go from being the top dog in youth football to having to acclimate to first team football, and it's difficult. You know, these kids go through time periods where they're not playing, they're not the main man on the field, and part of the IDP is helping them navigate that tough period in their career. How can we still get better? How can you work your way onto the 18? How can you work your way back into the starting 11? How can we continue to develop your game even though you're not the man week in and week out? You know, because it's a very, very important time in their development. Maybe the kid is 16, 17, 18 years old, you know, and so those are the two very central pieces of the IDP, and there's a lot of good things that we can do with it.
Sounds like a lot. Like a lot. Do you get any rest?
No, I don't sleep at all. I have my coffee over there, my 5 o'clock coffee.
Well, no, and I'm sure the players are really grateful to have someone like you working with them day in, day out. Your role is very important to the development of these players and everyone at the club. And we're glad to have you here, man. You do a lot of good work for the club.
No, I mean, look, every player who's been in the league knows that El Paso is a top club to be a part of. When Hutch mentioned to me coming here to join the coaching staff, I was ecstatic because I know that this club is a top club. You know, I was playing in the league when this club was went to 2 Western Conference championships. You know, I know how difficult it is to play against an El Paso, and everybody knows that on the field El Paso is fantastic, and they know that off the field that the front office, the ownership, does a fantastic job of taking care of the players, the staff, and obviously there's the aspect of the fans. I think this year, I think our average right now is 6,500 per game, which is one of the top in the league. And look, every player wants to play for not only a lot of fans, but passionate fans and supporters. You know,
we got some of the best fans in the building right here, man. Best fans in the league right here.
We do.
Well, before we wrap up, Ray, I guess I just want to know, and I'm sure some of the fans want to know, how have you enjoyed your time here in El Paso so far? What have you been doing when you're not on the field?
I only get to spend, for training 2 or 3 hours on the field, on or about per day. But I'll tell you, the work never stops. BC, JB, myself, it never stops. I do have a couple favorite spots in town. There's actually a spot right down the road, a coffee spot called Cafe Kafetsin, I think is what it's called.
Haven't been, but I'll have to check it out.
I frequent that place quite a bit. I really enjoyed my time here. I'm a big fan, not just of the club, but of the city. And look, I'm excited to bring more success back to our club because I know it's something that our fans want, and trust me when I say that everybody a part of our organization wants to see us back on top of the Western Conference, and it's something that we work for every single day.
All right, man. One last question, and I think it's something we ask all the newcomers when they come to the show, and this is a very important question that the fans, they need your answer on. When you're ordering Mexican food, all right, do you go for the red salsa or do you go for the green salsa? And this is, the fans are looking at you, man, so you better answer correctly.
I feel judged already. I haven't even answered. I order red salsa. Is that a good thing? What does that say about me?
Crickets.
Crickets?
I don't know.
That's not good.
I think you might have answered incorrectly.
Judged before and
no,
after.
but hey, man, red salsa is good. We love all sauces here. Thank you, Ray, for this one-on-one, and we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Chapa, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right. We're back for the second segment of tonight's show. We got a one-on-one with Chapa coming up. Just a few reminders. We have $6 burger specials tonight here at District, as well as $3.50 roll tacos and $2 Estrella Jalisco. So make sure to go show our partners some love. Go get yourself some good food, some good eats, good drinks. And then also a reminder, we will be having a player autographs table at the end of the show here starting at 7 p.m. We've got a few more players coming in today, so give you a chance to meet a few of them and get some things autographed. So make sure to stick around for that. All right, Chapa, we got a one-on-one with you, man. All right, so for those of you who know, we'll do a little recap of Chapa and his story here at El Paso Locomotive. He's one of the OGs here at the club, signed with the club in 2019, has been with the club since the start. He was actually working in construction before he was, this is your first professional club, man. It's very inspiring. I hear that you were working on a roof when El Paso was holding open tryouts. Is that true? Try this one.
Hello. Yeah, that is true. I was working construction before signing here in El Paso.
And then I think mine's. Oh, there we go. And then you did end up finally getting a chance to try out for the team. And it says right here you had you were invited to try out after you had missed the initial open tryout. Like, what was going through your mind at the time when you were still working construction, just trying to follow your dream and find your dream profession in soccer?
Like you said, I was playing in a local tournament here in El Paso, and the first coach here in Locomotive just saw me and invited me to the tryout. So it was pretty exciting for me. It was a great experience. I had a lot of players competing there for the first spot, so it was a pretty exciting time for me. And once I got that contract, it was something really special for me and my family.
Now you're living the dream, man. You're a professional soccer player, repping your hometown on the field week in, week out. I mean, how do you think you yourself has grown as a player since signing that contract in 2019?
I mean, I was never in a team that had an academy, so once you're in academy, you learn a lot of different stuff. So once I signed my first professional contract here in El Paso, I had a lot of players that showed me a lot of stuff throughout my years, and coaches who helped me learn a lot, not only as a player but also personally. So I'm really grateful for that and for the whole club.
I do want to talk a little bit about last season. Obviously and unfortunately, you missed a lot of last season due to an injury that you picked up in your ACL. But when you were hurt, the club still decided to re-sign you, to keep you at the club, and told you that they would take care of you and that this is your home. I mean, how important was that for you to know that despite that you were injured, you still could come back to El Paso and play for the team this year?
That was really important, and I'm really grateful for that and for many other things. But yeah, that was a really tough time for me, but there was no doubt in the club that they wanted to re-sign me. So that's really special, since sometimes when players get injured, they don't get contracts until they're healthy again. So shout out to Locomotive. Thanks for that. We'll always be grateful. But yeah, I'm really kind from them.
That's awesome. So now you're back with the team this season. You've been playing. You've been contributing to the team on the field. And one of the more notable things that's happened for you on the field is that you got to wear the captain's armband for the first time in your career for your hometown club. Just tell the fans how special that moment was for you, especially being someone that's local to this community, to wear your crest proudly and lead the team against the Hartford, and especially to get that win.
Yeah, like you said, it was the most important thing was that we got that win that game, because we have been losing for quite a few games. So other than that, I mean, it was a special day for me, having the armband and having my team and my coach trust me to lead the team. It was something special. And once I got the first time I signed here in Locomotive, I looked up to Yuma a lot, which he was a captain. He's been a big part in my career. So now following his steps was something big for me. So a moment really, really special for me.
did Yuma give you any advice on how to, like, be a little theatrical with the referees, scream at them or anything like that?
No, not really.
All right. I mean, one other thing that happened on that trip to Hartford, you guys, there was a lot of travel issues we hear that, with the plane and whatnot. But fortunately, you guys were able to get a private charter plane to take you to Hartford. And you think maybe that helped with the team's win? And then
Probably. We might need to have that plane every trip from now on.
So, I mean, what was that experience like, though, like flying a private plane and as someone like yourself who didn't really grow up in an academy system, you grew up, you were hustling always as a kid, you were working construction, playing local leagues, to then flying a private plane to Hartford, leading the team and getting that dub.
We felt like NBA players there. It was really awesome, a really cool experience.